welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Olusayo-Prada and this is my YouTube channel. And on this channel, I've been sharing useful information about my journey in Canada. I moved to Canada in May 2022, so I've been in Canada for a little over 2 years now. I came to Canada as a student and I've been sharing information that I find useful to my viewers on this page from time to time. So welcome to my page, and in today's video I would be sharing about the city called Sault Ste. Marie. It's a city in Canada, and I'm sure the reason you're watching this video is because you must have searched Sault Ste. Marie in the YouTube search bar and it led you to my video. I'm making this video specifically for you. If you're moving to Sault Ste. Marie soon, maybe you're going to Sault Ste. Marie to study, or you're going to Sault Ste. Marie for work, or any other reason, this video is for you. I've been living in Sault Ste. Marie for the past 10 months, so I have a perspective about what it means to be in Sault Ste. Marie and what the city is like. And the reason I'm sharing this video is because at the time when I was moving to Sault Ste. Marie, I searched on YouTube to kind of find useful information that could help me, because I had lots of questions. I'd never heard about the city until the time I was moving there. And when I came on YouTube to search for information about Sault Ste. Marie, I didn't really find a lot of useful information, such that when I got to Sault Ste. Marie, I realized that what I found online was just like a skeleton of what the city actually is. So that's the reason I'm making this video, so that you can find useful information. And also, if you're Nigerian or you're from Africa and you're moving to Sault Ste. Marie, I'm sharing this video so that you can see Sault Ste. Marie from the perspective of a Nigerian or a fellow African. But even if you're not African, this video is still very useful for you, because I will be sharing specific information about my experience in Sault Ste. Marie. And if you even have any questions, because this won't be the only video that I'll be making about Sault Ste. Marie. So if you have any videos or any questions or any topics that you would like me to talk about in my subsequent videos, you can leave your comments in my comment section just below this video. And yeah, grab your popcorn and let's talk about Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada. So just to ensure that I don't leave out any useful information, I've just like made a note on my phone of questions that I've come up with that I would like to answer about Sault Ste. Marie, because these were questions that I had in mind when I was moving to Sault Ste. Marie, and I wish that I had someone who would have provided answers to these many questions that I had about the city. So I'm just going to grab my phone and go through each of the points that I've written down. And I'm going to be making more videos, because I sure cannot fit every information about Sault Ste. Marie into this video. The first thing that I'll be talking about, let me just give a sort of introduction. So I moved to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario in October last year, October 2023. I moved there for work, and at the point where I was moving to Sault Ste. Marie for work, I'd never heard about that city, even though I had lived in Ontario, Canada for over 1 year at that time. It was my first time hearing about Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, so I had to do a lot of research. I was very unsure about moving to Sault Ste. Marie, and one thing about me, when I'm unsure about a decision, I would go online to find information to guide my decision, which was what I did before moving to Sault Ste. Marie. And I lived in Sault Ste. Marie for 10 months for work before I relocated out of Sault Ste. Marie. So the first thing I'll be saying about Sault Ste. Marie is the city's location. Sault Ste. Marie is a city located in Ontario, Canada, but it is located in northern Ontario. A lot of immigrants, or a lot of international students, or a lot of people that just come from people that were not born in Canada or that are not Canadians, a lot of people don't know a lot about Northern Ontario, because speaking from as a Nigerian, most of my fellow Nigerians moved to Canada and moved to Southern Ontario. For those that come to live in Ontario, they just focus on Southern Ontario. And Southern Ontario is the part of Ontario that has Toronto, Windsor, London, all the popular cities that you may have heard about in Canada, on that you've heard about in Ontario, they are most likely in Southern Ontario. So a lot of people don't know about Northern Ontario. So yeah, Sault Ste. Marie is in Northern Ontario. And if you know anything about northern cities in Canada, they are usually the colder regions. So speaking about the weather, I wanted to speak about this later, but I'm already there, so I'll just speak about it. So the weather in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, because it's a city in northern Ontario, is usually when it comes to fall and winter, the weather is usually way colder. You would experience colder temperatures in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario when you compare it to Southern Ontario, like Toronto. The winters and the fall, the cold seasons in Sault Ste. Marie are actually extremely cold, way colder than what you would find in Southern Ontario. But this is not to scare you. I went through winter in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, and I would say if you are well prepared for the winter and the cold season in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, you would cope just fine. And I'm saying that honestly. The second thing that I'll be saying about Sault Ste. Marie is the population. The population of Sault Ste. Marie is approximately 72,000. And if you know anything about the population of cities in Canada, you would know that a city with 72,000 population is a relatively small city. And I'm going to give you perspective to this. The population of Toronto is about 2.9 million. The population of the city that I lived in before I moved to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Windsor, the population is about 230,000. So, and the population of Sault Ste. Marie is about 72,000. So, relatively, Sault Ste. Marie is it's a small city, it's a growing city. The distance of Sault Ste. Marie from Toronto, Sault Ste. Marie is 8 hours by road and 1 hour, 30 minutes by flight. Yeah. Then, how to get to Sault Ste. Marie from Southern Ontario. So, because Canada is very large, I don't know, maybe that's the reason. The train system in Canada is not as good as the train system in Europe. From what I've heard, the train system in Europe is very good. Like a lot of cities are connected by train in Europe, and yeah, it makes transportation there, like relocation, very easy. But in Canada, probably because of the size of Canada, there's like the state of the transportation is not so convenient for you, especially if you don't drive. So, how do you get to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario from Toronto? The way that I got to Sault Ste. Marie, the available ways, the possible ways to get to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, is to take a flight from Toronto or from whatever city you are in. If that city has an airport, whatever city you are in Ontario, you take a flight from there to Sault Ste. Marie. There's a pretty small airport in um Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. So when I was going to Sault Ste. Marie, I came to Toronto and I took a flight from Toronto Pearson Airport to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. And the flight was about 1 hour, 30 minutes. And it was a pretty convenient flight. And I remember when we got to Sault Ste. Marie Airport, I was shocked because until that time, I'd never seen an airport that was that small. Yes, the airport in Sault Ste. Marie is very small. Yeah, so but if you don't want to go to Sault Ste. Marie by flight, because flights can be very expensive. Flights can be very expensive. So if you don't want to go to Sault Ste. Marie by flight, the alternative is to go by road. There's no train, there's no straight train to Sault Ste. Marie. So the alternative is to go by road, which I did a lot. Most of my commute to and fro to St. Mary was by bus. So there's this bus transportation or bus company called Ontario Northland. It's like a luxurious bus company. These long buses. Yeah. So you would they have a station in Toronto where you would a station at the Yorkdale Mall where so they have a website where you would book your bus or you book your trip, and then on the day of the trip you go to their station at the Yorkdale Mall in Toronto, and then you would hop on the bus and the bus will drop you at in Sault Ste. Marie, depending on what location you are going to in Sault Ste. Marie. Yeah, the bus drops you there. So if you are going by that bus, it's gonna be a 12 hours journey, not 8 hours, because the bus stops at several in several cities to pick up other people or to drop off other people. So the bus connects several cities from southern Ontario to northern Ontario. So if you are going to Sault Ste. Marie by bus, your journey is going to be 12 hours. So you have to prepare, pack, wear something convenient, pack your lunch, pack your dinner. But apart from that, the bus actually stops twice on the road for passengers to use the washroom at restaurants and also to get lunch and dinner. Yeah. So this is how to go to Sault Ste. Marie and also come to Southern Ontario from Sault Ste. Marie. It's not the most convenient transport system, I would say, but I used the transport system while I was in Sault Ste. Marie. I really like road trips, so I usually enjoyed the road trips, like the 12-hour drive. It was not a problem for me. I would just plug my ears, listen to music, and before I know it, I'm in Toronto or I'm in Sault Ste. Marie, depending on what direction I'm headed. With that said, if you're an African watching this video and you're moving to Sault Ste. Marie, you're probably wondering, because I said the population of the city is relatively small, you're probably wondering if there's a black community in Sault Ste. Marie. And I'm glad to tell you that the answer is yes, yes, and yes. There's a huge black community in Sault Ste. Marie. A huge supportive black community exists in Sault Ste. Marie, and this is one of the communities that helped me to settle into living in that city. So you are not alone. Don't be scared if you're African or black and you're moving to Sault Ste. Marie and you're wondering if you're going to meet people from Africa or from your home country in Sault Ste. Marie. Yes, yes, and yes. Sault Ste. Marie has a huge black community of people from different black countries, African countries, Caribbean country communities in Sault Ste. Marie. Yes. Um the next point that I'll be talking about, if you're watching this and you're a Christian and you're probably wondering, are there churches in Sault Ste. Marie? Yes, there are different types of churches in Sault Ste. Marie. There are Catholic churches. There are Anglican. I don't know how many there are, but I heard that there's an Anglican church. I attended a Baptist church in Sault Ste. Marie. The name of the church that I attended in Sault Ste. Marie, which I really do recommend, is United Baptist Church. And the reason that I do recommend this church is that this church was a very huge, huge, huge support system for me in that city. And one thing I like about United Baptist Church in Sault Ste. Marie is that this church is a mixed church. This church literally has people from different races, different countries. Like if you go to United Baptist Church, you will not feel alone because you would find people that look like you, people that can relate with your roots and your origin, and also people of different, backgrounds. But this church embraces diversity. You would make friends. It's like a family. Yeah, United Baptist Church, but there are several other churches in Sault Ste. Marie. So if you're a Christian and you're wondering if you would find a church to make like your home church, do not be bothered. You would find lots of choices to choose from. And I do recommend United Baptist Church. Trust me, United Baptist Church did not tell me to talk about them. I'm not doing this as an advert or anything, but I'm very grateful that I'm very grateful for that church, United Baptist Church, because it feels like home, it feels like family, and they made me feel like family. And if you're looking for a community to just make you feel welcome when you get to Sault Ste. Marie, United Baptist Church is one of those communities that you can try out. Yeah. And to my next point before I end this video, so it doesn't get too long. Um, what schools are there in Sault Ste. Marie? Like when I say schools, I'm talking about tertiary institutions, of course. There's a college in Sault Ste. Marie called Sioux College, and this is the college that a lot of international students attend. A lot of Nigerians and a lot of people from other African countries, Asian countries, Western countries, they attend Sioux College. And also, if you want to attend a university in Sault Ste. Marie, there is a university called Algoma University that people also attend. International students also attend Algoma University. What is the traffic like in Sault Ste. Marie? There is hardly ever any heavy traffic in Sault Ste. Marie because, like I said, the population of Sault Ste. Marie is relatively small, so the traffic situation is very perfect. Like I would leave home. So when I was working in Sault Ste. Marie, I would resume work by 8 a.m. So I would leave my house by like 7:40 or maybe 7:45 thereabouts, and I would get to work before 8 a.m. So my commute to and fro work was about 10 minutes and sometimes 10 minutes by bus. But if you're commuting in Sault Ste. Marie by a car, your commute is going to be shorter. So the commute in Sault Ste. Marie is very traffic free, very smooth. Yeah, that's one thing that I miss about the city. To my next point, what's the transportation system within Sault Ste. Marie like? So the public transportation system is there are buses. There's no train within Sault Ste. Marie because it's a small city, so there's no train within the city. Um, So there's a bus system that I used and I found it pretty convenient. The buses were hardly ever full because a lot of people in Sault Ste. Marie have cars and they just prefer to commute with their cars. So the buses were hardly ever full and they were pretty convenient for me, really. I have no complaints about the bus system. You just go to the bus station downtown, you purchase your bus card, and then tap your bus card each time you want to use the bus, and that's it. Very straightforward. um Sault Ste. Marie is not a busy city at all. It is not busy. I would like to refer to Sault Ste. Marie as sort of a sleepy town. Yeah, the population of Sault Ste. Marie is growing. A lot of like more people are moving to Sault Ste. Marie, and I see the population growing, but I wouldn't refer to Sault Ste. Marie as a busy town. It is not very busy. Now speaking about housing in Sault Ste. Marie, and this is where I would end today's video. So like I said, I moved to Sault Ste. Marie to work, and I was hoping to get like a private apartment, sort of like a studio that I could live in alone, or a shared apartment that I could share with just one person. But one thing that I found is a lot of houses in Sault Ste. Marie are just, proper houses. They are not like Toronto where you have like condo apartment buildings. There are some apartment buildings in Sault Ste. Marie, but not condos, not the high rises. And yeah, so you wouldn't find a lot of condos. The housing system in Sault Ste. Marie is not like what you would find in Toronto. So it was more of houses, and it wasn't easy for me to find like an apartment to live in alone, like privately. So I ended up living in a house with international students. So I ended up sharing a house with international students. So um yeah, the housing system is not the best from what I experienced. I wanted to live alone, but it was difficult finding a place to live alone, and it was difficult finding like the kind of apartment building that I liked. So I had to settle for a house where I shared with more than one person. But yeah, I don't have I don't have a perspective of I don't have the full picture, but if you're looking to live in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario as a family, what I experienced was that couples or families would usually like rent houses that they live in, and then single people that come alone to Sault Ste. Marie, they live in shared apartments with other students, mostly students, because there aren't a lot of young professionals in that city. The population of the city is sort of an aged population. It's just recently that younger people are moving to the city. So yeah, this is sort of like a picture of what housing is like as I when I was in Sault Ste. Marie. And yeah, I hope I've been able to give you a glimpse into Sault Ste. Marie. And I will be sharing more about Sault Ste. Marie in my subsequent videos. If you have any questions or any topics that you would like me to speak on about Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, please leave it in the comment section below. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. And if anything, I'll be sharing in my subsequent videos, I'll be sharing more about topics that come to mind about Sault Ste. Marie. And before I go, I'm just going to tell you, if you are moving to Sault Ste. Marie, please, it's a beautiful city. Do not be discouraged from moving to the city. Um, and I hope that my video is just able to give you perspective about your decision to move to Sault Ste. Marie. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, I lived in Sault Ste. Marie for the past 10 months, and it was okay. My experience was not bad. Um, so yeah, I'll be sharing more about Sault Ste. Marie subsequently. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying tuned to the end. If you have any questions, please let me know and I'll be glad to answer. At this point, probably I should say welcome to Sault Ste. Marie, and I hope you enjoy it. If you're already there or if you're planning to move there, I hope you enjoy it. See you in my next video. Ciao.